Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because a woman won $83.5 million at the lottery and they're not going to pay her. And wow, reason is crazy, but let's get right into it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. A Texas woman used a service called Jackpocket. And I don't know about you, but I've seen this commercial 50 times. Hey, do you want to play the lottery from around the country? Use Jackpocket, and it's a courier service where basically you buy a ticket through them. You pay an upcharge and a fee, and then if you win the lottery, they give you the money instantly. Well, this Texas woman won $83.5 million and didn't get her money instantly. And they're like, oh, well, what's the reason? Okay. And they said, number one, she's not a Texas resident, which you don't have to be a resident of your state, but you bought it through a courier service. You bought it through a third party, and we don't acknowledge that, so we're not going to pay you. Now, I would have sued them already, and you would have seen me all over the news, and you would have known my name, even though I believe in being anonymous like this woman should be, but completely hosed her and made it so she's not going to get her $83.5 million. Isn't that wild? Uh-oh. It's terrible. So, have you guys ever used those services before? Here's what's crazy. In California, when you drive to Vegas, there is a liquor store and then there's a lottery store ran by the California Lottery that is literally on the California side. I mean, I'm telling you guys, there is a line in the ground. This is California. Over here is Nevada. And you basically get off the freeway and you drive back to the state of California, and it's the world's largest lottery store. And what's funny is that you can go out and you can buy lottery tickets there. They have every scratcher, every game, and it is packed. And if the lottery gets the jackpot, gets to like $200 million, the line's out the door, because you get people from Nevada that are like, God, that's the closest store. And here's what's funny. There is a chain of gas stations called Terrible's, and Terrible's is really nice. It's nice, clean gas stations, and they own a ton of them. What did they do? They set up 3 miles. The next exit, they bought a plot of land and they put, I think it's a Shell station there, but they own that and they sell lottery tickets there. And I went there and I'm like, hey, is your business busier? Yes. Now the thing about this, it's crazy, is when I bought my lottery tickets last time, they go, we need to see your ID, have to verify it. And I'm like, why? She goes, well, we're a Nevada company selling California tickets. We have to verify everybody that buys tickets. So I went into my car, had to go back, get it, give her my ID. And I go, wait a second, what if I lived in Duluth? If I lived in Iowa, is that, would it matter? No, it doesn't matter, but we just have to verify everybody where they're selling. That was the deal with the California Lottery. But that's the shenanigans that you have. Now, it wasn't like Jackpocket where they're committing some type of, heinous act. But this poor woman won $83.5 million. Now, Jackpocket should be telling that to the world. We had an $83.5 million winner and can't do it. So beware. Beware. Moody's, the rating service. Everybody knows Moody's basically from The Big Short, when they go to that crazy woman that had her eyes dilated, and she's sitting there talking about how the rating agencies weren't going to lower the bond values. Well, they're going to lower the United States fiscal strength is going to be on a course to decline. There's a great article below on that, and a list of full bank closures for 2025. Found another article with that, which is great. So if you want to see this stuff, it's in the video description below under where the stories came from. Now here's something that I was going to do a full video on this, and I just thought it was fascinating in that sense of people that went out and didn't use a real estate agent. They anticipate through Zillow. Now Zillow did this, so it's kind of slanted because Zillow wants you to list and sell everything to them. That didn't use a real estate agent, they say that they lost over $1 billion in sale proceeds over the course of the last 2 years. That people that sold without an agent sold for too little and lost over $1 billion. Isn't that wild? So I mean, is that true? Who knows? Who knows? But I get a kick out of stuff like that because, you know, the NAR settlement, National Association of Realtor settlement, that went out there has been a mess. And, you know, every property I look at, I am never going to sign an agreement with you. You know, if you want to talk to my attorney prior to me looking at your house, you can do that. But I'm not going to be represented by an agent when I buy my next house. It's not going to happen. So, well, you're going to lose money. I won't. No. Getting a deal. The stuff I've looked at, the offers, what we've done, all you're seeing right now in real estate, especially here in Southern California, is you're starting to see cracks, and the cracks are getting wider and wider and wider. So let me know what you think so far. There's a lot more to cover on this. And good weather, guys. Sometimes we get news and it's just not a surprise. The California Fair program, which I am blown away. The more I talk about this, the more people, friends, family members, oh, we've got fair insurance. That's what we have. That's all we could get. But this is upside down $1 billion. So what are they doing? They're going to all the other insurance companies and saying, hey, we have a shortfall because of the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire, and you're going to have to help shore us up and give us $1 billion. Who's going to pay for that? I'll tell you who's going to pay for that. You and I are going to pay for that. Homeowners that have existing home insurance, even car insurance, they say even renter insurance, are going to help supplement these people in these rich houses that didn't have adequate insurance, or they couldn't adequately pay them out. So, man, you know, I talked about the post office the other day. I got a lot of conversation about that. But still, guys, post office is a mess, and it needs to be revamped. Now, Louis DeJoy, the Postmaster General, he's stepping down now. Well, is it because of the shape of things to come, or does he know something bad is happening? So that'll be interesting to see. Now, I love AI, and I think that it's fascinating, and I have certain friends that are absolutely really good at it. And one man in particular, Mike, is just a freaking genius with it, and I have learned so much, but it's made me want to learn more. Bill Gates, the creep that he is, he steps forward and he says, hey, listen, and I totally disagree with this list too. And he said, listen, you're never going to, AI is going to get rid of everything in our lives. It's going to change everything. It's going to change banking. It's going to change bank tellers. It's going to change, food prep. Give you an idea, my daughter has been traveling all over the world basically in the last month, and was at a mall in New Jersey last week, and there was an automated food server, and it was like, this thing makes food by itself. And again, people are like, oh, isn't that cool? Look at the robots making our meal. Now, check this out. I had a lot more of that I could have shown you, but my point is that you're going to see this more and more and more. You're going to see the vending machine that makes French fries, and you're going to see stuff like that. That's going to be a big deal. But guys, here's where it's getting crazy, is that according to Bill Gates, there's 3 things that we're going to get rid of, and I don't agree with this. First of all, he says coders. Nobody can code like a human can. Well, guys, I'm telling you this right now. There are AI programs that will develop your website in seconds. Not minutes, not hours, seconds. They will give you a rough draft. Now, you could take that website that you could post, and it could be interactive for your business in a minute, okay? You could take it to somebody else. You could upload it. You could have it go live. You can edit it, things like that. But I don't agree with that. The coders are going to be there. And then, energy experts. I almost swore now. No, that's shenanigans, okay? No, you're not going to see energy experts get through this, because what's going to happen is you're going to have people that the AI is going to be able to determine everything. If you want to maintain the temperature, or, here I am at the beach, okay? Well, the climate here is different. It's cooler, okay? And even though it's a hot day, it's cooler here. Well, you'd have different energy requirements here. So you need a guy to figure that out? No, computer's going to figure that out. And then the final one is the biologist. He says biologists are always going to be in need and no AI is going to take over. I don't agree with that. I agree that you're going to be able to have uh, AI biology that's going to determine, how to get people healthy. You can basically put your blood work in some of these sites and it can tell you what the vitamin makeup should be and what you should be taking as far as supplements. That's a big deal, guys. That's super cool if you can get yourself on that stuff. But for him to sit there and say these people are not going to be out there, other than sports, other than mechanics actually physically fixing things. Eventually, you're going to be able to have a robot that's going to fix that. But your boat, you need to have somebody that can fix the boat. Now, I've had a lot of people tell me, including my friend Mike, about how you're going to be able to train your robot to get up, clean. Monday is the day he cleans the house, but every day at 7 a.m., when you get up, you better have a cup of coffee ready, and the robot's going to make you coffee, make you breakfast if you want it. But dinner is going to be special because you're going to be able to have Tuesday pasta night, Wednesday steak, and the robot's just going to make it for you. So, again, I think Bill Gates is a creep. Okay, so if I did I make that clear? Okay, so degenerate. One thing that's sad is Laura from Connecticut sent me something, and that is the Army-Navy store in Connecticut closing. And guys, we're seeing these close down at a record pace. Kids today are going to miss out on so much stuff. And that is, I grew up in a city called Tustin. We would ride our bikes, which we had no idea it was 7-8 miles, to go to Orange, and we would go to the Army-Navy store and get things. But man, oh man, I'm telling you, when I went backpacking as a kid, couldn't find a steak that wouldn't break. Where did I find them? The Army-Navy store. Oh yeah, these are metal, but look, they're really lightweight, but they're really, strong, and they've been heat treated, so they're not going to bend. Super cool stuff like that. But kids are not going to get that luxury of going to places like that. So it's very sad, Another great, I have a guy, Aaron, who is a real estate broker, who writes me all the time and sends me the coolest stuff. And just constantly tidbits about businesses, leases that were signed, businesses that were sold. But here's one that just blew me away, and that because I've talked recently about Boston and my son being in that area, here's one that's crazy. You have a bid for the Boston's largest office tower, one of their largest office towers, that recently did refinance for $1 billion, just sold for $400 million, 60% discount. Downtown marquee office building, BDT Capital Partners, the investment arm of Merchant Bank, alongside with joint venture. My God, look at this. The offer landed about 3 years after former owner Fortis Property Group refinanced for $1 billion. Okay, well, who covers the other $600 million that they got stiffed on? Hello? Oh, don't worry about that, Dan. That just gets written off by the shareholders. Don't you know business? What is wrong with you? Now, two things. Data centers are real big. I won't bore you with that. But one thing that's crazy is, there's a few Walmarts near us, and I like to go to the Walmarts in the nicer areas just because it's Walmart, okay? And I don't like the threat of being robbed, okay? So that's just me, okay? Anyways, Walmart has a new restaurant location, and do you guys ever see different locations? I mean, I see Burger King. I used to see McDonald's, but now they've got a new one, and it's going to open in Nozzleman Pizza is going to open in about 30 locations of Walmart. Nozzleman Pizza. Anybody eat there? Wow. Okay. Well, we'll see. Final story, and this is just the sign of the times. Do you order anything from DoorDash? And I don't. My daughter does. My kids do. Their friends do. And when we travel places, they'll show up at the hotel with bagels and stuff from a place down the street. But my fear of this is really simple, and that is, I was sitting in a Thai restaurant one night, and she had bags and bags and bags of food. And I stopped counting, I think at 26 bags, because there was more, it was well over 30 bags of food. And a guy walked up and said, I'm getting Lexi, Alex, you know, he started reading off names. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So he grabbed 6 or 7 of those bags and took off. And I'm thinking, wow, this guy is going to go deliver. Oh, he's the best delivery guy, they told me. I said, no, I'm going to make 6 or 7 stuff. Somebody's getting cold food in that batch. Okay. Anyways, DoorDash now, you can buy now, pay later with DoorDash just for the convenience so you can get stuff ordered. Guys, if you can't hook your credit card or debit card to something in it before you pay for it, then there's a real problem, don't you think? No, let's do buy now, pay later for your Big Mac. Okay. What payment am I on, honey? Am I on 2 or 3 for that Big Mac that I had 4 weeks ago? Okay, it gets crazy. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to get a hold of me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. Bob Kudla's coming back, guys. Got some good news. So onward and upward, guys. I'll see you very soon.